two.
Hi, y'all. This is Hal Murray again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the spot where you'll always find the welcome mat out, and we gather together on a Monday through Friday schedule, same time, for the purpose of making your day a little brighter, a little fun, laughter, we hope, as we go along, and lots of fine Dixieland jazz, a style by Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints, those MGM recording stars, Tony Perenni and the Rag Pickers, Marie Marcus, Tommy Justice, and Jerry Gorman. And I think you'll find it just what the doctor ordered. For instance, Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints lead right off with South Rampart Street Parade.
1, 2.
Man, that is real Dixieland, the South Rampart Street Parade. The ramparts we watch. Ramparts I watch are the horns. For our next item of the day, we must turn back to the era of King Joe Oliver. Jazz fans are well acquainted with that period and the parts of the country covered by the king,
You know, he liked the West Coast pretty well, Hal.
They really went for him out there in a big way.
They sure did, Preach, but I'm getting off the track at the moment. This isn't a King Oliver number, but at the same time he was in the West, he ran into two brothers, John and Benjamin Spikes, remember?
Oh, those are the chaps that had that music store in Los Angeles, eh?
I believe so. You are absolutely correct. And they also composed a number now and then, and this is one of them, Someday, Sweetheart.
1, 2, 3.
If you love to hear the tinkling of the ivories, I don't mean when you drop your teeth into a drinking glass, come along with me to Melody Lane, where we meet Our Lady of the Dixieland piano, Marie Marcus.
Well, put in your teeth and have a seat. Hi, Hal.
I like to vary your introduction, you know.
You're going to vary yourself right out of here someday.
You can say that again. It'd be very bad, too. What do you hear from old Gert?
Oh, she has a good job now.
Doing what?
She's an undercover agent for a woman's reform group.
Golly. Can she handle that?
Sure, nobody would ever dream she was a woman.
Yeah, I know what you mean. She came to Miami looking like an old woman, and she's going to leave looking like an old man. Now let's get to the piano highlight, all of which means nothing. Friends, here's Marie to play a great keyboard specialty, Canadian Capers. was our little Bostonian having capers with Canadian capers. And nearly done, Marie. When you look over the list of songs written by Cliff Friend, it's apparent he was one of two types, either a dreamer or a traveling man. While he did extensive traveling in this country with the love he shows for his big farm in Ohio, I'm inclined toward the dreamer type. He has written songs at Indiana, Virginia, and songs in a gypsy vein. One of his greatest dreamer songs is the one we play as our finale today. Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints present When My Dreamboat Comes Home.
1, 2, 3.
That's all there is for today, but we'll be back Monday through Friday is our schedule, with a complete roster of the music America has taken to its heart, Dixieland Jazz. It's always capably supplied by those MGM recording favorites, Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints, Tony Perenni and the Rag Pickers, Marie Marcus, Tommy Justice, and Jerry Gorman. Have a wonderful day. So long, so short for now. This is Hal Murray speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
Hi, y'all. This is Hal Murray again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the spot where you'll always find the welcome mat out, and we gather together on a Monday through Friday schedule, same time, for the purpose of making your day a little brighter, a little fun, laughter, we hope, as we go along, and lots of fine Dixieland jazz, a style by Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints, those MGM recording stars, Tony Perenni and the Rag Pickers, Marie Marcus, Tommy Justice, and Jerry Gorman. And here's an invigorating bit of rhythm for a starter. Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints play That's a Plenty.
1, 2.
Man, what a beginning. That's a plenty, and that's a plenty good start, too. And now let's move into the year 1930 and look over one of the choicest items to come out of that 12-month period.
Okay, that was a lot of good music, Papa, in that year.
Right.
Hal, you know, not much money, though, and nothing much to do about it.
Yeah, I don't think Lou Leslie did too badly, though, with his international review that year, Rollo.
No, Lou is a great showman with that so-called article, and his Blackbird series also met with great favor.
This number came from International Review and was written by Jimmy McHugh and Dorothy Fields. Listen as Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints play On the Sunny Side of the Street.
1, 2.
Friends, Marie today answers the request of many of you for a repeat performance of Tuxedo Junction. Tuxedo Junction, and it suits me, too. Our finale today was written in 1923, but it long ago joined the ranks of what we call the All-American favorites. Bert Kalmer and Harry Ruby wrote the words, Ted Snyder wrote the music, and here are Preacherello and the Five Saints to play it in true Dixieland style, Who's Sorry Now?
1, 2.
all there is for today, but we'll be back. Monday through Friday is our schedule, you know, with a complete roster of the music America has taken to its heart, Dixieland Jazz. It's always capably supplied by those MGM recording favorites, Preacher Rollo and the Five Saints, Tony Perenni and the Ragpickers, Marie Marcus, Tommy Justice, and Jerry Gorman. Have a wonderful day. So long, so short for now. This is Hal Murray speaking.
Dixieland Club was a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.